Alright, y'all, back again with another Ubuntu desktop tour recording. In this video, I'm going to kind of go over uh, a program that, well, I mentioned in some of my other videos that I do web design, and I left out a particular program that you can use when doing web design. And this is it right here. It's called GIMP, and it's supposed to be like Photoshop, and you supposed to, you can do some of the things that you can do in Photoshop, you can do inside of here. And me personally, I do not like this program, and I never use it. You know what I'm saying? They got books on how to use GIMP. I just never sat down to try to figure it out. Even when I try to do quick little tweaks and stuff, making a gradient or whatever image, it just I always get stuck because it's not like Photoshop. But if you want to learn it, like I got 2.6. They got books for GIMP 2.6 for photo editing, and I think I bought one of these books. I think I bought this book right here, but I never pushed through it because I just didn't like it off the top. Like and you can do a lot of good stuff with it. Like I seen people who have done things with GIMP, and it looks like Photoshop standard type stuff. But I just didn't have the patience to sit here and try to learn GIMP. You know what I'm saying? But that forced me to have to go and use Photoshop. Now, with that said, I'm gonna show you a way that you can use Photoshop while you still in Linux, and it's something called VirtualBox right here. Boom! Look at that. I got like so many different virtual boxes, but VirtualBox is just another virtual machine that you can set up on your drive. You can allocate disk space to it. Like I gave this machine here, it got like 40 gigs that I gave to it. I gave it like 4 gigs worth of memory, and it's allocating. And I want to show you something too. To run VirtualBox is a memory hog, so you need to have at least about, I'll say at least about 4 gigs to even run this thing. Because right now my memory is at like 2 gigs. Now look, it just jumped up. Like you see that thing just jumped up. Look at it, it's jumping to like 4 gigs. It's eating up memory. I got like 7 gigs on here. It's eating it up. Like you're gonna have to have a lot of memory just to run VirtualBox on this machine. Look at all my stuff, my PCs. I got four CPUs. They all spiking. My memory spot, that's going up. So VirtualBox is cool to get things done with. You can work totally into this, and totally in this environment. It got something called guest install editions, and this allows my whole desktop to be seen as if I'm inside Windows. And the cool thing about that is, you can trade workspaces with Ubuntu. You can work in Windows, or you can work in you can switch back windows. You can switch, like you can rotate your desktop. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes when I have like multiple things open up, I go over here. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll take this right here, and I just drag it over here and expand that. I can still be inside of because this Linux native environment is gonna always be faster. So sometimes I don't feel like waiting. Like I don't even browse in VirtualBox because it's just too slow. It can be too slow sometimes. Look at my memory. Like it's like that stuff is spiking up. But let me see something real fast. Now watch this. I got like 5 gigs. Now I'm finna run Photoshop. Photoshop is another memory hog. So it takes up a lot of memory just to run Photoshop, but I'm only jumping inside of here to just do quick little edits, quick little tweaks or whatever I'm trying to do, and I'm getting out. Like I can stay in here and do my whole project inside of here, but a lot of times I just jump in and do little stuff and I get out. And there you go, we got Photoshop, and all my stuff is like maxed out. And so Photoshop new. This my environment. That GIMP. You know, I'm sorry, man, but it's just no comparison to what Photoshop can do. I'm sorry. And I love Ubuntu, but in Linux, but that GIMP, I just do not feel like taking the time to learn it. And I know it's a good program, and you can do a lot with it, but I would just stick with what I know when I'm trying to do graphic design. You know, so when you set your files, when you're using the VirtualBox, you gotta have your drives mapped. This right here would take me to my file directory on my Ubuntu side. You know what I'm saying? It'll take me to my file directory. So all my files that I like right here, that little network connection thing, to take me into this folder like right here for me to access all my other files. So everything, it's like I'm sharing drives. So if I do something inside of Photoshop, I can just save it inside of there and still get here if I want to look at it or whatever. But or if I want to FTP inside of Ubuntu, I can just come back over to Ubuntu and FTP up to this web server. But you know, VirtualBox is that's the way to go if you don't want to reboot into going. If you don't want to do no reboot, partition your hard drive to the point where you got to just do a dual boot, you can use this right here. But you gotta have the memory. You gotta have the memory to do it, because this thing is very memory intensive and then processor intensive. You know, when I start running the programs and doing stuff with this, I mean, I'm using all of my quad core. I'm using every bit of that. You know, I got an AMD Phenom processor, and I'm using every bit of that bad boy once I get inside of here. And with VirtualBox, you can set up many boxes as you want. Like I got another Ubuntu box. I got Windows 7. With Windows 7, I haven't set it up. I got issues with it because I gotta have Windows 7 got something called an aerial desktop, and with an aerial desktop, you gotta have certain video drivers installed. So I just didn't have the time, the patience to go in and fool with all that stuff. But I do have Windows 7 installed inside of VirtualBox, but it made my machine run real clunky because I didn't have those drivers installed, and I had some issues with my sound. But I just didn't feel like taking the time to go in and tweak with Windows 7, because I know I got it on another partition anyway, in a native environment. But you can set it up where you know you can give it memory. You give it memory space. You can give it video. I mean, VirtualBox it serves its purpose. So like I say, this was a quick tutorial going over some more features inside of Ubuntu. Let me shut down this VirtualBox. Let me show you how this memory turn off. As that's shutting down, let me show you how this memory is dropped. You see this right here? Like I'm running 5.1 gigs right now. My processors is maxed out. They like all of them over 50%. Boom, look at it. As soon as that thing went down, it dropped right back down to 1.5 gigs. So it took like 4 gigs just to load that thing. So, you know, you don't have to use it, but like I said, if you're gonna use this, you're gonna have some memory and some processing speed. And look at all this stuff, it's dropping. It dropped. You know. So this was a quick video on VirtualBox. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Peace.